So yesterday we there was this little news article that came out, and it was a question that we're all wondering what happens in the near future or whenever it happens. And we all wonder what's going to happen with WWE. What's going to happen after Vince McMahon? Who's taking over after Vince McMahon? Is it going to be Triple H? Is it going to be Stephanie? Are they going to get bought out by who? This or what? And so we may have a slight idea. There was a news report going around, and this was a Dave Meltzer, what he was saying. And he was saying on his Wrestling Observer Radio, WOR, that McMahon's replacement will most likely be Nick Khan. Nick Khan is the current president and chief revenue officer of WWE. And this is a quote. I mean, it's kind of a board of directors thing, but probably Nick Khan would replace Vince McMahon. Yeah, unless they went and hired somebody else from the outside, but probably Nick Khan, yes. And then as a little brief summary of Nick Khan, he's been having some quick influence in WWE since August of 2020. He's tweaked the promotion schedule. He's added a new pay-per-view that he believes will rival other major annual shows. And obviously he was doing helping with the rebrand of NXT. And as you guys know, he's the one, because since he's the financial guy, the clown. He's the one that basically handles all the releases. How WWE can save their pennies because they're so broke nowadays. He's that dude. And they said we would think that Triple H would be taking control, but no, it's most likely going to be Nick Khan. Nick Khan, who is this guy? I mean, it's been like maybe a year. I don't really know exactly when, he ultimately, came in. But I guess 2020, that time period that they're talking about. But guys, if you think that, I genuinely don't believe that. And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking financially. Financially, WWE is okay. They are fine. They're making. This is why I mock them when they need to save pennies and shit. But they're fine. It's not like they're financially gonna go out of business or whatever. But creatively and popularity and this and that, they are not. They are just not going to get better, honestly. If Nick Khan is the guy that is going to be the next one in line after Vince McMahon, this is a guy that's straight business. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about me. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. He's a business dude. All he cares about and all they care about is money. They don't give a shit about the fans and what we want and this and that. As long as they're making money, they don't care. And listen, man. WWE is, WWE is the company that we all started off with, whether we were shown by our family or friends or we just discovered our own. Which in my case, I was put on to, like, my family. They put me onto this, and this was in like the early 2000s. Okay, and so I was pretty much watching the Ruthless Aggression era, and this was when WWE was so good, and we all fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. This is the same reason why my name is WWE Real One. I was a huge WWE fan. Huge WWE guy. I was the wrestling guy. You know, John Cena was my favorite growing up. John Cena was my guy. Um, you know, and I fell in love with wrestling because of WWE. Okay, but you know, and obviously, if you, I mean, most of you guys are probably around my age or something. You've lived through Vince McMahon era, which started in like 1982, I think it said. From 1982 to now, Vince McMahon era, where he's in charge. Okay, and I mean, I have not seen this company this bad now, man. It has this WWE right now is so bad, and this is under Vince McMahon, dude. Okay, and it's been like this for years, guys. It's been like this, whether you want to admit it or not. It's been awful for years, man, on a consistent basis. One or two good shows here and there, but who gives a fuck, right? And so Vince McMahon was this great genius. You know, WrestleMania, all these big stars, Stone Cold, The Rock, this and that, you name it. The popularity that he made this company, and it really blows my mind how under the same dude, where you know he made WWE fun and cool, you know, and it really boggles my mind, a company that, you know, where you had this guy Vince giving you a great you know, fun content every week, fun good content at that popularity, and to see it now and how much WWE has fallen off to the point where I would consider myself a former WWE fan. I've pretty much cut out WWE from my life, from watching wrestling, from watching WWE. I haven't watched it in a while. If I ever watch it, it's background noise on one of those websites. It's background noise. I couldn't care. I don't care. That's where I am. WWE is not for me anymore. What is for me, for my taste, is AEW. That's where it's at. But I mean, I've never seen a company like this, and so, you know, with Vince, the guy who, you know, I don't know what happened, but for, you know, if Vince, he's not in charge, if he's not gonna be in charge, but right now he's in charge, and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Either he has no clue, or he's just doing this on purpose for shits and giggles, or what. I generally don't know why, like how all these moves he's doing, like like how you could do so much shitty things, whether it's the backstage shit or product, where you're releasing guys or you just have a shit product. I don't get it. And so if that's the case, and then now you're gonna have Nick Khan, bro, I don't know, man. I mean, I probably expect more releases if he's in charge. I mean, you're right now you're getting a glimpse of a future of WWE's future when Vince is no longer in charge. When Vince is no longer in charge, and you know, we've been asking this question, and now we know. I mean, a little bit. I mean, he pretty much, Nick Khan pretty much runs WWE right now. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's so weird, man. I really don't get it. NXT is no longer fun. The fun NXT that, you know, we remember. Raw, SmackDown, who gives a shit, dude? I mean, seriously, who gives a shit? I mean, this company is carried by Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns wasn't on SmackDown, nobody would be saying SmackDown's the A show. Okay? If Roman Reigns was not in that company, you might see people just be done with WWE altogether. He is carrying that company on his back for however when he came back. Otherwise, there is nothing to give a shit about, and there is no long-term shit that they got other than Roman Reigns. Everything is short-term, week to week. One person could be getting a push this week, and the next day they're let go. I mean, there's no long-term shit. It boggles my mind. And, you know, if this guy, if Nick Khan is in charge, I mean, don't expect it to get any better. Don't expect it. And I don't know if people, like, once Vince is no longer in charge, if they're going to stop watching WWE altogether or what. I was expecting WWE to get sold to, like, Disney or something. And then whatever happens next happens. But, I mean, if Nick Khan is in charge, I mean, you're just a dollar, bro. And yes, I get it. You're a business, you should be caring about money. But you can care about money and also caring about your clients and your fans and they're not just money to you. They're what keeps you going. So you can do that. You have the money. So why not make your shit better? And I don't think it's going to get any better. And I mean, a future with Nick Khan, dude, I don't know, man. I genuinely, I don't know, man. I really don't even know what to say. Nick, I mean, God, I can't stand Nick Khan. And listen, man, we all had our fun memories with WWE with Vince. He gave us good, fun television. But I don't get their downfall. Like, was it when they went PG? They don't know how to book PG shows, or what is it? Because it's so lame, and I mean, it's so uncool. It's so boring. I mean, who is this even for? I don't even know what it's for anymore. I don't even know if kids like that shit anymore. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know, but I mean, it's not gonna get any better with Nick Khan, dude. I mean, the changes that he did to NXT, people don't like NXT anymore. It's lame. It's lame. There's maybe one guy, Tony D'Angelo. Maybe they like Braun Breaker. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, do you see Tony or Braun Breaker being in this company for the next 20 years or something? I don't. They'll be gone. They'll probably be gone. I don't. They're just another cog in the machine, and this is just another example. Like, why they're so bad nowadays. I don't know, man. I generally don't know, man. It's just it might get ugly, when Nick Khan is in charge, And I don't listen, man. I don't know what Triple H. When Triple H produced that SmackDown, when Raw and SmackDown, they were stuck in Saudi Arabia. So they had the NXT squad pull up, and you had Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole and shit. That was a fun SmackDown. I really enjoyed that show. And so, I don't know, man. If he could be in charge, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I think in today, I don't think you could produce a star like that, like The Rock or John Cena. But, I mean, you don't know unless you push them, or you push new people, or you give them the chance, or you never know. You never know. And I don't know, man. It just really boggles my mind. But we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what goes on. But from here on out, I mean, to those that continue to watch, I pray for you. But I don't watch that shit anymore, man. I think I finally grew out of WWE, man. It's not fun. It's not for me anymore. I don't have fun watching it. I mean, once you watch AEW and then you go to WWE, it's like really. I just went from All Out to Monday Night Raw. Come on, I went from Full Gear to Monday Night Raw. Boring. I mean, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't know what I don't know. We're gonna see. I guess their financial future will probably be good, but their product's still gonna be ass. Who cares? But yeah, man, that's it. Nick Khan is probably gonna take over for Vince McMahon. We'll find out more in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this on the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.